revitalized. Let faith renew your vigor, Foxy. Feel the current of faith flow through you. Restore your strength. Feel the current of faith flow through you. Restore your strength. Let faith renew your vigor. faith restore your strength. Feel the currents of faith flow through you. The current of fate shall revitalize you.
Why would fate lead us to an abandoned shrine? There must be something here.
Let fate renew your restore your strength.
Fascinating. That ancient book stirred up a memory. Use the Echinir to examine it, Proxy.
The Tribunal's ordinators hold our brethren. We need the skein of secrets to free them.
But the skein is lost. We must beseech the Lady of Whispers for help.
Then let us adjourn to a secret sanctuary. The circle we stand upon is the door. We need but a single drop of blood to open it.
Ah, I see. This ritual circle activated by a little blood. Let us see where it leads.
Nothing. Fate seems to be fighting back. I wonder how much of that is because of you.
Torvasad.
Fate's chosen. How presumptuous a title Hermaeus Mora has bestowed upon you. The Prince of Fate is using you, mortal. Long ago, he and his allies inflicted a terrible wrong on my prince. Now he hopes you can stop me from undoing that damage. How can a mere mortal understand the convolutions of oblivion? Prince Ethelia, the Prince of Paths, Mistress of the Untraveled Road, Fate Changer, the Dark Reflection, the Last Tomorrow, she who saw and wept. Moira, in his jealousy, erased her. Hermaeus Mora convinced other Daedric princes to conspire against Ethelia. He played upon their fears of the unknown. None of them understood the gift of choosing what is to be. They all turned against my prince. Revenge? No, that is for my prince to mete out. I am a scion of Ethelia, and my ancient purpose is to restore her to power, to undo what the cowardly princes did to her. And the very relics they used against Ethelia will help me find her. My father's skein of secrets. Don't bother looking. It isn't here. It seems Mephal's alien worshippers locked it away in some vault beneath Westweald long ago. No matter. The skein would help, but I'll find another way to reach my prince. And you believe Mora? Stand aside, mortal. I will not be swayed from my purpose.
A skein of secrets used to defeat Ethelia long ago. I cannot help as I thought. This is about ancient relics. Torvasad believes they can lead him to Ethelia, the Forgotten Prince. But I do not yet see how he hopes to make use of them. A good question. I find it interesting that Torvasad was not satisfied with only one relic. He wanted to recover 3. A blade associated with Boethia, a lamp from a shrine of Azura, and a skein created by Mephala. I wonder. These princes are known as the Good Daedra in Dunmer tradition. Long ago, they often allied with each other to guide and protect the people of Morrowind. I doubt that is a coincidence. I am not sure. It might prove useful to consult with someone better versed in ancient dark elf religion than I am. Fortunately, I believe I know just the elf, our dear friend Gadain. Come, Proxy. I shall open a portal to Vardenfell.
Laramil, you returned. But I know that look. What's wrong?
Torvasad once more moves against Apocrypha. He seeks to restore the Forgotten Prince. I'll let our friend explain.
I finally resolved to see the world beyond Necrom. With some assistance from Laramil, of course. Then Hermaeus Mora called her away again. I'm glad to see you're still helping her, friend. Did I hear correctly? Torvasad has returned? What I know about Daedric princes and relics, I learned at Laramil's side. If she doesn't know what it means, I can't add much more. The good Daedra haven't been widely worshipped in Morrowind for ages. How do you think they're involved? I've never heard any such story, but Holomeon Monastery is just north of here. The monks there preserve the old Velothi traditions. If we're dealing with ancient myths about the good Daedra, they might be able to help. Go on ahead. I just need a moment to confer with Laramil. We'll meet you at Holomeon shortly. We may need to convince the monks that we come in good faith. They rarely welcome visitors who don't share their beliefs. sealed. I suppose we could knock?
We have no time for this. I shall open a portal.
No need for that. The Golden Eye foretold your coming. Welcome.
The Abbot! Forgive our intrusion, and listen to what our friend has to say.
Greetings, champion. The Golden Eye, Hermaeus Mora himself, spoke to me in a dream. He told me you were coming here. I am Andor Indoril. It is my honor to serve as abbot and historian of this monastery. Only this once, which is why I thought it best to listen. So long as you promise not to harm any monks nor remove any tomes without permission, you may explore the monastery freely. What exactly do you seek here? I know of a few blades sacred to Boethia, but I am unfamiliar with lamps or skeins. They are not among the relics commonly associated with our ancestral spirits. However, there are more secrets preserved here than any one scholar could ever uncover. The Holomean Library, of course. We have many volumes found nowhere else. Follow me, champion. We keep the main entrance sealed, since the more stringent ordinators consider our brethren to be heretics. I assure you, they are not. I just sent your friends to the library. It's down the stairs to your right.
Look, the Echelir has something to show us. Fate has led us true again.
Yet, we must leave something behind in the event that we fail.
Even if we succeed, the need to act again may arise some long tomorrow from now.
Mora will not allow that to happen. But I agree. We should leave instructions here for those who come after.
That book! It is the very one those three ancient priests were handling in the memory. Examine it, Proxy. Those devout priests offered themselves so their princes could meet in secret. We must find the gate they used. It could be the access to Apocrypha Torvasad is seeking. Torvasad said the relics would help him find Athelia. He must believe they will lead him to a gate to Apocrypha or the final glyphic in the mythos. We need to find the gate first, but I have no idea where the Shrine of Inevitable Secrets lies. The course of fate is never that simple. Many futures branch from each choice we make. If we know too much, we risk altering our choices and changing the outcome. Therefore, Mora tells us only what he must. As fate's chosen, you will lead the way. We are in a monastery dedicated to ancient knowledge. There must be a book or scholar here that can point the way. Abbot Andor said our coming was foretold. Perhaps the one we are meant to learn this secret from will know you as well.
Sarah. We receive so few visitors here at Holomeon. I have never heard of such a shrine, but the name sounds like the sort of sobriquet favored by Hermaeus Mora. Perhaps Neas is familiar with it. He has a special interest in lore pertaining to the Prince of Secrets.
You must be the guest Abbot Andor told us to expect. If there is anything you need, you simply have to ask. You're a few centuries too late for that, my friend. There was once a great shrine by that name near Sadrith Mora, but it was destroyed long ago, dragged beneath the sea by an army of Drake. Not a trace. Some legends say Hermaeus Mora angered Molag Bal and Vivek by spying on their secret liaison. As punishment, Mora's shrine was removed from this land, and no more were permitted to be built. Well, I doubt it's a literal account of events, but the end is the same. The Shrine of Inevitable Secrets is gone, and those who worship Hermaeus Mora must do so in private. But perhaps someone else here knows a different version of the story.
Curious. I sense a powerful arcane aura surrounding you. You carry something rarely seen on this mortal plane. It reeks of the black arts of oblivion. Wondrous. May I see it? Fascinating. A relic crafted by the Golden Eye himself. Few mortals have ever laid eyes on such a thing. I can see you have been chosen by Hermaeus Mora for something special. A rare honor indeed. Worship implies the subject of one's devotion desires adulation. Hermaeus Mora is beyond such vanities. I give him my respect, not my prayers. If one wishes to uncover the secrets of the plains, it is merely prudent. Ah, the fabled shrine of Anud Nabia. Some say the disaster occurred after the birth of the tribunal, but I think it happened in the Merethic era. If it still stands, it would be along the shore to the north. Perhaps your relic can help you locate it.
I overheard your conversation, Proxy. Anud Nabia is just to the north of here. Gadain and I will meet you there. Proxy, just in time. Use the Echamir and see if some lingering memory can lead us to the shrine.
Caused the sea to swallow this ancient city. Mora's temple now lies beneath the waves.
Then that is where we must go. Methala, Lady of Whispers, take this mortal shell.
I am ready.
Boethia, I call upon you. Dark warrior, let me bear you to the conclave of princes.
the priests allowed their princes to possess them and waded into the water. I know where to find the shrine. Obviously, Anudnabia's lost shrine sunk into the sea ages ago. A fitting end for a place dedicated to the master of the tides of fate. But that will make it difficult to reach. A submerged shrine calls for a powerful spell. I shall weave an arcane shield that will allow us to breathe and walk upon the seafloor. Once those ancient priests were possessed, they must have done the same. Enter the sea when you are ready.
Look at us, strolling along the seabed like it was a street in Necrom.
Stay alert and move straight ahead, both of you. And watch out for any large predatory sea life.
Up ahead! I think I see the shrine.
This is it. After you, Proxy.
Laramil is exhausted. Go on, find Torsa. We'll catch up.
Boethiah's blade led me to this portal. The path to the mythos. Apocrypha's heart. Only those bearing the essence of Azura, Boethiah, or Mephala can access this portal. The gate recognizes Boethiah's blade. Now I can return to the mythos and find my prince at last.
A permanent portal to the mythos. I did not know such a thing existed.
Chosen of fate, hold. We must speak.
The one who knows is here. Speak with him, Prophet.
Torvesard proves surprisingly resourceful. I created this gate to admit none but the mortal vessels of my allies to Apocrypha. Yet the relic of Boethia he carries deceived my defenses. Ah, clever ploy. Torvesard has breached the mythos, the heart of my realm. Twice before he found his way to a glyphic, holding part of the secret he seeks. Only one part remains sealed. You must stop him from reaching the glyphic of shattered reflections. I created this gate, and I command it still. Behold, this portal is opened and will take you where Torvesard has gone. What happens next is in your hands. I dare not interfere with fate more than I have. You are the chosen of fate. This task is appointed to you, not by me, but by the demands of causality and consequence. If I try to stop Torvesard, I will fail. You, however, always have a chance. That is the nature of mortals. Now, go.
The mythos of Apocrypha, heart of Hermaeus Mora's domain.
I remember and answered Corvusar's call.
Laramil's amulet can protect us both. Get closer to me, friend.
Feel the currents of fate flow through you. Press and let fate restore your strength.
Scion requires Clan Shardborn's power.
Laramil's amulet can protect us both.
revitalize you. Let the rest of faith restore your strength. The current of faith shall revitalize you. Red of faith restore your strength. Let me shield
Who in oblivion are they?
I do not.
I remember our realm. Ethereal self awake. My apologies, mortal. They see anyone marked by Mora as a foe, and I have no time to tell them any different.
Let the threads of faith restore your strength.
Stand close and let me shield you. Laramil's gift protects us both.
The last glyphic.
The last glyphic and the final secret. I must know what happened to Prince Ethelia.
Defeated Prince Ethelia. Now we must all forget our victory.
Forget? Why should I forget how I took this mortal shell and tracked Ethelia with my skein?
Azura and I did our part with these vessels of flesh, and the land, and Abolisher.
Listen, my fellow princes. The Lord of Fate is right. Imprison Ethelia in your mythos, Mora. Then erase all memory of her existence.
Imprisoned by cowards, abandoned by betrayers. But I remember, and I know how to free my prince. Sealed away, alone for millennia, I will free my prince and restore her glory. Oblivion and none for ages. Tormented by a question I could not even frame. This is my answer! I did not forget my friends! I do not understand. Where is Prince Ethelia? If she escaped, why did she not contact me? You! Is this some new trick of the Lord of Fate? No, this is no trick. Do you see? Prince Ethelia has escaped. She freed herself from this prison, or was freed by some hand other than mine. Perhaps Prince Ethelia is the mistress of the untraveled road. She could be anywhere. Perhaps she will be drawn to places or things she knew before her craven foes locked her away. Yes, that must be right, and I know what I must do. Farewell, mortal. I still have a task to do. I need to find my prince, help her, restore her to the power that is hers by right. And there are other scions out there. I remember them too now. Mortal, fate's chosen. I expect our paths will cross again.
A fate forged the moment Torvasar opened the first glyphic and began to remember. Return to the Mythos Vault, mortal. We must speak. I perceive everything that may come to pass, yet I cannot select the outcomes I prefer. Choice and chance determine which possibility actually occurs, such as this one. Ethelia is free. I did not lie, chosen of fate. Nor was I mistaken. I told you what you needed to know to avert catastrophe, and catastrophe has been averted. For now, the outcome I foresaw will still come to pass. It is only a matter of time. This spire was never Ethelia's prison. Being forgotten was. The moment Torvasar finally remembered his prince, its power to hold Ethelia began to wane. Now, new paths form before us. Some lead to survival, others destruction. A question we all must ponder. Ethelia and her Ilkar, unseen. I cannot perceive their actions, nor can I share what I surmise, lest I unduly affect the course of events. Take counsel with Laramil the Wise, and wait for a new path to open.
Prince Ethelia has escaped her prison, yet reality persists. And Torvasar understood events no better than we do. As I have seen time and time again, the machinations of oblivion are far beyond mortal comprehension. So I heard, and he did not send us to pursue Torvasar. It appears that the next step we take must be our choice. We should return to Nirn, regroup, and follow the advice of the one who knows. Wait for a path to open before us. That fact has not escaped me, Proxy. Torvasar spoke of restoring his lost realm, Miramor, he called it. And he thought that Ethelia would return to places that were familiar to her. Let us return to Grotwood and confer with your friend Baragon. I am relieved to observe the perpetuation of the macrocosm. Our reality has not unraveled yet. For now, we must wait and watch. Eventually, I shall notice Torvasad's passing in the threads of fate. Then I shall send for you, Proxy. For now, yes. From things Torvasad said, I expect we will find him in Westweald. I shall confer with Baragon about the area and alert you when you are needed. Thanks to you, even though Athelia is free, we still have a chance to preserve our world. Prince Athelia, the Forgotten Prince. The prince that Hermaeus Mora so feared that he imprisoned her and erased her from existence. Now she is free and Torvasad searches for her. I suspect we will see signs of their activity before too long. First, I must return Gadain to Necrom. He must watch over Morrowind in case I am wrong about Torvasad's next move. Then I shall go to Westweald, consult with Baragon, wait, observe. Eventually, Athelia's presence will disturb the threads of fate. Of course, Proxy. You are fate's chosen. Any hope we have of averting disaster rests with you. I am only here to aid you in these efforts. For now, go on with your usual activities. We shall need your strength and courage soon enough.
Please enjoy our attractions. I'm terribly sorry they're so limited at the moment. I convinced my performers to come here, to spread high elf culture in these lands. Bring a little piece of Somerset to Grotwood, you see? But the train bugs are sick, our magician supplies are missing, and our storytellers' stories fell flat. None of us know the area well enough to resolve these matters. Now we're a carnival, with nothing but a fortune teller. Huzzah! I'd gladly pay the coin provided by the Somerset Cultural Expansion Council to anyone who would help us put on the show. My performers can best explain their setbacks. Connor is our bug trainer, Norian, our storyteller, and Vindare the Magnificent is, well, she's magnificent. I have to describe her that way. It's in her contract. My performers can best explain.
The dragon may cross waters and mountains,